Such a touching thumbnail. Yep, I'm going to touch it. All right, all right, all right. Thank you for joining me yet again. The Watchman, is that true? I didn't hear anything about that. But anyway, Dan Phillips, thank you to 5x5. G 5G, Salty Dog, Pinch, thank you to 5x5. Trapper Bob, Toto, Loretta, thank you to 5x5. New World, thank you for thumbs up. Kimberly, Raccoon Eyes, Dobie, Salty Dog, Akko, Prepper, Sorsha, thank you to 5x5. Let's Go, Groundhog, Chef Tech, Live Free, Eric, Prep to Adapt, thank you to 5x5. Crow, Mitch, Supio, I don't know what the hell that is, thank you to 5x5. Maria, Michelle, Cooking with, thank you to 5x5. Jeep Dog, thank you to 5x5. Prep to Adapt, Raccoon Eyes, Cookie Tech, and Maria Jackson, thank you for the 5x5 on Rumble. Water Tiger, Renee, Jeep Dog, Mama PA Mama Bear, Trail Name, Strawberry, thank you to 5x5. Lori, Kenzoe, excuse me, thank you to 5x5. Jamerk, Francine, Danny, Pumpkin, Jason, Base Bunny, Supernova, Standalone, Andrew, Benjamin, Safety, thank you for the 5x5. James, Jordan, thank you for the 5x5. Gary, AZ, Wrench, thank you for the 5x5. Elaine, CJ, Window, and Survival, thank you for the 5x5. Crazy Backyard and Brian, thank you for the 5x5. Appreciate it, guys. All right, all right, all right. That was long. And listen, I'll tell you this much right now, guys. If this gets any longer, I'm gonna have to cut it out. I'm only gonna acknowledge a few because I can't sit here for 5 minutes, 5x5ing anybody. But if it stays like this, we're good. But if it starts to get too much, I'm gonna have to cut it down because it does cut into the video time. I can also just jump the time, I guess. I can edit it out, but whatever. Not edit it out. Put chapters in, if that helps. Anyway, tonight, guys, we're going to talk about somewhat what we just spoke about on the Angry Truth, except for I think, again, just a theory. Don't hang your hat on it. I think that we are undoubtedly this year, we started seeing an increase or spike in people passing away because of that stuff. We have seen an absolute increase in cancers of all kinds, right? And they're trying to say that certain cancers are not it's not in fact true. It's whatever nonsense they're trying to sell us. They're trying to tell us that it's not true. A lot of these things are not happening and all this other stuff. All right. With that being said, we can absolutely see, guys, more and more people passing away, more and more people getting cancers. I think that part of the conspiracy theory video we just spoke about in the Angry Prepper, that this is going to be a conspiracy theory for a long time. Gary says my favorite part of your video. Listen, if you guys like it, I'll continue it. But like 5x5, 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 5x5. It sounds it's a little much, just a tad bit much. I feel retarded after I said it 20 times. And my brain cell slips away, you know? The Watchman. Yeah, he did pass away. It was confirmed. He passed away December 12th, a month ago. I might add. Yes, listen, that's the crazy shit. Like, look, there are people, guys, who are getting sick, and they're open to the possibility for them that it was the stuff that they took. A lot of people, and a lot of people will outright blame it. In fact, sorry. Give me 2 seconds. The Dilbert creator just passed away. Scott Adams wholeheartedly believed that the arm ticket did him in. He believed it. He had a couple of videos, if you will, on X and Instagram, if you followed him on there, and he said unequivocally that the shot did him in. He said, and now he passed away a couple days ago, if I'm not mistaken, and it sucks. last year, I think it was last year, 2024, early 2024, maybe late 2023, he had stated that when he started feeling weird and off, and and he developed Mr. C, he was stating that he didn't have long, and he actually outlived his prognosis. He thought he was going to be gone by like the middle of 2024. Actually, it was early 2025. Excuse me, early 2025. Sorry, it was early 2025, and he thought he was going to be gone by the summertime, and he went past that, and he died this year. Like I said a couple days ago, and it sucks. And he was a huge, like he even states, man, he was a huge advocate for the arm ticket. You know, actually, he died on my father's birthday. Interestingly enough, he died January 13th, yesterday. He had stage 4 prostate, and yeah, and the news is not going to bring up any of this stuff. So they said his final years, however, he became, and here they go. However, he became polarizing political commentator whose comic empire collapsed overnight following a racist tirade in 2023. It was part of the arm ticket. They made him do it. He said, "My body failed before my brain." They don't talk about it much, but he did have in a letter read by Miles on his wife, his ex-wife, Jennifer Furr's live stream, addressed his audience directly. And so the letter wrote, part of the letter wrote, "I'm expected to be checking out of this domain this summer. If you are reading this, things did not go well for me." That was, he was talking about last summer, I might add, excuse me. "My body failed before my brain. I am a sound mind. As I write this, I had an amazing life. I gave it everything I had." He first revealed his diagnosis in May of 2025, and that year, he 2025, like I said, he had wrote or blamed the arm ticket for this, and the article, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't mention him blaming the arm ticket at all. Um, yeah, not at all. But he, in fact, he did, and he thought, like I said, he was going to be gone by the summer or early fall. So the fact that he made it this far means he put up one hell of a fight. Now, I did see another video he did in October or November where he said his legs stopped working. So his body was systematically shutting down. And I remember one of the videos, he's like, "I can't move my legs. I'm having a hard time today. I can't get out of bed. I need help." And then his legs started working. They gave him a shot, a cortisone shot or something like that, so that he could start walking again. And then he went somewhere to get therapy, and he was giving it a fight. If you watch his videos over time, he was giving it one hell of a fight, and he lost it. But he knew he was toast. He knew he was done. A lot of people, man. A lot of people. It's just going to be bad. It's going to be bad. We're going to see like an avalanche of people passing away, and that's going to suck, right? For a lot of those people who took the arm ticket. I wholeheartedly believe that my son, uh, that's why he did what he did. Part of the reason, rather, excuse me, because it changed his psychosis, and then he just couldn't come out of that black hole, and it sucked. Again, that's what I believe. It might not even be true. It might be a bunch of other things. But yeah, I believe that he was the only one of my kids that took it. And then he started having an issue. So he was a happy kid right up until that point. Base Bunny, yeah, it's already is bad, man. It's again watching people, again with the cancers, and a lot of people getting scared, obviously, because they got it before time. Um, yeah, a lot of people got it before. They're dying before their time, and so they definitely, yeah. Andrew, he's no longer here. Salty Dog, thank you for that. Yeah, he's 27, right? 27, 26. He turned 27 this year, rather, or would have turned 27 this year. But yeah, uh, it's it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, and listen, the amount of psychosis that are also pinch runner, exactly. The people that yo, the amount of people, the psychosis that's going on. There was a guy, I saw this story the other day, and I thought automatically, yo, um, automatically I was like, yo, it's got to be the arm ticket, right? Who does this? So this guy offed his mother by beating her with a brick, right? Benjamin, thank you. Beating her with a brick. Not only did he beat her with a brick, um, apparently he was like smiling when he did it, and then while his mother was passing away on the floor, Firebug, thank you. While his mother was passing away on the floor, he FaceTimed his sister to show her what he did to the mother. Now, when you see the picture of this kid, I don't have one on me. When you see a picture of this kid, he looks off. There's a lot of that going on. There's actually a story of a dentist, I think it was a dentist, divorced his wife 10 years ago. 10. Decided in the 10th year of their divorce that he was going to drive, I forgot to what state, and off the wife and the husband, the new husband. I was like, wait, what? 10 years. 10. That's, 10 years. Normally, outside of a year or two, you're like, all right, I'm safe. He hasn't killed me yet. I should be good to go. 10 years and out of nowhere. Obviously, guys, something changed his mindset. And that something, we all know what it is. Or at least what we think it is, excuse me. Um, so, Kathy, no, but according to a doctor who's working on something right now, you can deactivate it. You might not be able to flush it out of the system, but you can deactivate the mechanisms that are active inside the body, if that makes sense. Mitch, I guess it's only 10 o'clock here. I'm up all hours of the night now, man. It sucks. I'll just be sitting there watching TV mindlessly. If I'm at the firehouse, guys are like, go to bed. And I'll get up and I'll lay down for a little bit, but night times are the worst. Is what it is. Anyway, so yeah, man, a lot of people losing their shit. Losing their shit. Yes. Okay. Thank you for squaring that away. Crow, dentist, and the wife were murdered and the husband was a doctor. And that's the other part. The husband was a doctor. So this guy, he drove, I think, 3 or 4 hours. Right. He's in his car. He's like, yeah, I'm chilling and I'm riding. And as he's driving to point B, he has enough time to talk himself down, but he doesn't. There was another guy. I think. I'm pretty sure Prepper Revelator told me this story. In Utah, there was a guy who was outside on his lawn, and his neighbors came out to do something. They might have been arguing or whatever, and he told his neighbors go inside. They said no. He went back inside, got a shotgun, and gunned both of them down. I was like, wait, what? Yo, people are losing their shit, and the problem, guys, is that we're seeing more psychotic breaks. We've never seen so many psychotic breaks than we are seeing right now. Nevermectin. I like the way he put that. Nevermectin deactivates it. I heard it was nevermectin, or sorry, ivermectin. I heard it was a couple of other things as well that can work to deactivate it. Um, but yeah, man, it's getting bad. It's getting bad. So now Yo, and the announcements on my phone. I got to take a screenshot of the announcements on my phone of people who have announced that they have Mr. C or passed away suddenly. I listen. I think that a lot of these YouTubers, these influencers that are all passing away in car crashes, I think they're passing out at the wheel. Again, that's a conspiracy theory. Shh, don't tell anyone. It's my theory. But I think a lot of these people are like driving and just like stroking out or passing out and boom, right into a fucking wall or off a cliff or whatever it is. Because there is an increase in car accidents with influencers, specifically them. Again, it's a theory of mine. I don't think all of them are, but I think a large percentage of them are absolutely passing away as they drive. Nothing near my crazy backyard chicken man is asking who has all had the super flu. That's another thing. By the way, I'm gonna probably do another video on it. Not a scare tactic video, but apparently doctors are worried about the super flu and that it's changing, and there's new symptoms popping up. Now, someone brought up a good point. I don't know if it was in the chat or the comment section, but because everybody took the arm ticket, their immune system is stripped, destroyed, and toast. And so this flu is behaving badly, right? And so it's presenting new problems to people that who if they had a stronger immune system wouldn't be reacting to the flu this way, and now they're calling it a super flu. And I think they're only calling it a super flu because a lot of people are sick, or sorry, had the arm ticket, and the arm ticket stripped their immune system like clean. So there's a lot of people that are constantly getting sick now. That's another thing. They're constantly getting sick with weird shit that they wouldn't have gotten sick with otherwise. And now that they took this stuff, their body is stripped. Now, someone did say years ago that this stripped the immune system. I didn't think anything of it. Somebody made a statement again. Again, I don't know if it was in my chat or in the what you call it, but they're saying because their immune system is down or lowered, this is behaving badly. But a scientist or scientists are saying that the superflu is mutating. So it's just something to keep your eyes on. And again, not to get scared, but if you got kids that go to school, if you work or take the train and you're surrounded by people all the time, you might want to consider this. That's all. And consider it for a health reason. No other reason than a health reason. Yes, Cookie Tech Farmer on Rumble. Yes, he was an atheist, but as soon as he got sick, everybody who gets sick or experiences a bad trauma, they turn to God. Yeah, that I saw that video where he turned to Christ. That was I like when I see people do that. I really need to pick up the Bible and just dive right in. I went from being agnostic, atheist to agnostic to believing in Christ. Um, but I really need to pick up the book. And again, whether you believe in God or not, it's irrelevant. He believes in you. And if you don't, if there is nothing after this, if in fact we die and it's just black, what harm does it take in believing in something that's not going to harm you, right? So I think it's a win-win regardless. And even if you get to read the Bible, you learn some new shit. You learn some new words. You're like, oh man, these guys in the book are pretty cool. This is dope. Like you get to learn some new shit reading the Bible. So it's not the it doesn't harm you. Picking up a book and reading anything is not going to harm you. I know a lot of people are like, but it's not real. I'm like, all right, then even if it isn't, so what? You picked up and the crazy thing is, a lot of people are scared to pick up the Bible. I think a lot of people are scared to pick up the Bible because they know what the Bible's going to do to them. They don't want that to happen. Um, I think if they pick that book up and they read it, they're going to be like, fuck, and a lot of shit's going to resonate. That book, the Bible, resonates with anyone and everyone who picks it up. You pick it up, you read a passage, you're like, whoa, that's interesting. Because it's almost as if the Bible can read your DNA coding. and you'll open up the book, you'll open up the Bible to any page, and that page, that passage that you look at resonates with what's going on in your life at that moment. It's almost every time I pick it up, there is something in there that just resonates with me. And I'm like, how the hell did this book pick this passage to open up on? And that's the passage I read that resonates with what's going on in my life right now. At least that's my insight on it. I just feel like every time I open it up, it's relates to what's going on, either in the world or in my life. But and I think that if a lot of people who are atheists or agnostic, you can absolutely push them over the fence on the other side. You be like, guys, agnostic, like, stop being a dick, fucko, and push them over on the right side, if you will. You can get an agnostic, what you call a person, an atheist, to pick up that book, and I can guarantee you, after reading it for a little bit, they're going to be like, shit. There were a lot of atheists, scientists, if you will, who started reading the Bible out of being skeptical. They were skeptical of the book. They read it, and then they were like, shit. Grabs everybody, man. Grabs everybody. Anyway, with that being said, I think I ran over my minutes. Imagine saying that. Remember when you used to say that? I ran over my minutes? You know you're old when I can make a comment like that and people be like, the minute, yeah, cell phones, you know. Yeah, I ran over my minutes. I got to buy more. Those are the days when they were really fucking boom us with the minute bullshit. Like the Book of Enoch. Listen, DPX, DPFX, there's a lot of theories with the Bible. And I am a 1,000% nervous if that's in fact true. That a lot of the stuff that was taken out, some of the stuff that was taken out were the roadmap to developing a better brain by just reading certain passages. There's a lot of interesting theories in there about the Bible. And if that's one of them, boy, people are going to be in trouble if they can find those books or those section of the Bible. That's why the Bible was rewritten, right? The New Testament. A lot of people have issues with the New Testament. I don't have too many issues because I don't know much. I just know that there were things taken out when the book was rewritten, and there were things that can unlock a lot of the human experience, I guess. Right? Again, those are theories that are out there. But yeah. You don't know you're old. You don't have a mirror. What? You don't know you're old. You don't have a mirror. Yardbird. Yeah, I guess. I don't know what that means. Is that a joke? Being facetious? Not sure. Anyway, outside of that, guys, I think I'm gonna go off the air now. I think I had enough, and I just want to relax. I'm gonna tell you, yesterday, quick story. Got on the plane. Was sitting at the wrong gate, by the way, right? So I'm sitting at the gate in Tennessee, and I'm looking at the gate, and I'm like looking at my watch, and I'm thinking to myself, where the hell is everybody, right? And so more people start sitting down, and I look around, I'm like, oh man, this is going to be a light flight. With that, I hear my name over the PA, and I'm like, they said gate B7. I'm like, mother. So I pack everything up, and I run over to the gate. So I get on the gate, I get on the plane, and I get on the plane, and we're about to take off, and the stewardess says the one thing I don't want to fucking hear while we're about to fly. He's sitting there, he's going, yeah, we need 3 people to get up and go to the back of the plane. I'm like, why? He's like, we got to balance out the plane. I'm like, you fucking kidding me? I hate flying. And then he goes, we got to balance out the plane. So we don't what? Fall out of the sky? Or so when we take off, we don't tilt over and fucking boom into the ground. I was like, where do you need me? I said, I'll balance it out. Where do you need me? So myself and 2 other guys, we got up and we went to the back of the plane. I was going to make a racial joke, like, oh, what, are Negroes in the back? But that wasn't the time to make that joke. So anyway, we get to the back of the plane, we take off, and the plane jolts a couple times. I'm like, is this it? Are we going to fucking crash? I hate fucking flying. I hate flying. But with that, I was just like, that sucks. I've never in my life heard anyone say we need to balance out the plane on a plane that big. Get the fuck out of here. I was like, yo, fuck that shit. So It was, yeah, it was enough, man. It was enough. I was like, fuck that. I hate flying planes. But when he said we got to balance out the plane, I was like, forget it, man. And yeah, listen, that's the other thing. You get on a plane, every horror movie, fucking plane crash movie comes on. At that moment, you're about to get on a plane. We got to balance out the plane. Get the fuck out of here. It was just enough, man. I have my passport. I was trying to get on a plane without my passport. They were like a hard no. I was like, really? They were like, yeah. I said, so yeah, they didn't even implement that 14. I always carry my passport on me now, and I have a habit of keeping it in my shoe or my boot when we're on a plane because if the plane explodes, at least my fucking left leg laying in the Hudson River is going to identify that I'm there. But yeah, it sucked. It was bad. Balance the plane out. What is this shit? Balance the plane. What are we back in the fucking 30s? This is the first plane ever made. We got to balance the plane out. Whatever. Like I said, a groundhog. I never heard that before. Never. It was just fairly small. It was an Airbus, but I never heard that before. I'm like, what would you have done if no one got up? Force people to get up? It was just wild, man. It was a wild fucking thing to experience. It was just, and then again, it didn't help when it was taking off. It was just like, and then when he landed, forget about it, man. He landed, and I'm looking out of the window, and the fucking water underneath us is coming up fast. Now I know that there's a depth perception thing when you're looking out of the window and it's water. Water always tricks you as to how close it is or not to whatever object it is. I'm looking out, and this fucking guy, he must have been at top speed when he hit, because he hit, we bounced, and I'm like, that's it, we're dead. And then he fucking hits the ground, and then he throws it in reverse or whatever they do when they slow the plane down, and he slowed the plane down, and every luggage you can hear fucking slides forward, and everybody in their seat is like, ah, because we're like, I was like, yo, fuck this plane, fuck that pilot. I don't ever want to fucking do this again. And then I'm going back to Missouri. I'm going to Missouri in April. I don't want to do that shit again. I was like, yo, and I'm just looking at the water. I'm like, yo, what if the wheel catches and we? I was thinking of everything when we were flying. That just the whole, and then when he hit the ground and he, again, that reverse bullshit, whatever it's called, the fucking thing started like this. I was like, fuck, we're gonna die. Because it's not too much. It's not the dying part. It's the fucking. What if I burn alive? What if I get ejected out of the fucking plane and I roll across the concrete and I'm just like all crippled and shit, but I'm not dead. So now I'm in a fucking chair blowing in a whistle to fucking move around because I was on a plane because an asshole pilot was flying too fast and crashing into the ground. So many things go through my head when I'm flying. I hate it. Fucking hate it. Bullshit. Anyway, that being said, guys, I'll see you guys next. I'll see you guys Friday for the double header. And if anything happens, obviously I'll go live. Sorry for not going live in Tennessee. I was just tired. There was too much shit going on. A lot of walking around, a lot of old people shit. But yeah, man. I'll see you guys in a couple of days. Like I said, if anything happens, I'll remind you. Yo, yeah, fuck flying, dude. Seriously. And I'm the only one that was being a bitch about it. Apparently, I was hiding it. Hiding it as best as I can. I was gripping the shit out of those seats. I'd have ripped that fucking thing off. Fuck that. You would have found that in my hand in the burnt wreckage. Fucking guy holding on to an armchair. That's fucking the Angry Prepper. I know that hand and I know that armchair. Anyway, guys, other than that, thank you for joining me. Appreciate it. And see you guys in the next live stream.